Yes, I mean, a few years ago it would have been seen as improbable.
Just how improbable was it that President Obama would be gazing warmly at Hillary Clinton on 60 Minutes last night? Pretty improbable. Consider just how rough things got back in 2008.
There is no evidence from your website, from your speeches, as to how you would pay for it.
What you just repeated here today is patent. Wait, no, Hillary, you just spoke.
I did not say anything.
I consider Hillary a strong friend.
You don't believe that he's a Muslim?
No, there is nothing to base that on, as far as I know. As far as I know. I don't think I'm that bad.
You're likable enough,
Thank
Hillary.
you.
Very warm, close.
While I was working on those streets, you were a corporate lawyer sitting on the board of Walmart.
I was fighting against those ideas when you were practicing law and representing your contributor, Resco, in his slum landlord business in inner city Chicago.
Give me a break. This whole thing is the biggest fairy tale I've ever seen.
Oh, shame on you, Barack Obama.
But that is just ancient history now.
Ancient history, she says, Chris.
I mean, look, I do think there is something in politicians that is not in the average person, in that when you are as high profile as the two of them, I do think you develop a thicker skin, and most of them develop an ability to say, okay, that was sort of what happened in the game or on the court or during the campaign, and now this is a different thing. Now, not all of them. Hillary Clinton's husband, Bill Clinton, the former president of the United States, famously thin-skinned and with a very long memory for slights. But I actually think some level of kind of genuine respect and admiration has grown between the two of them. I don't think they're going to call one another to go out for dinner. But I don't think that doesn't mean they're friends. They are friends of a kind that two people who are that high profile, that political, that famous can be friends.
I know I could easily convince you to spend 15 minutes discussing 2024.
Absolutely. I've got a lot of 2024 handicapping already done.
But let's just limit it for now to 2016.
Fine then.
What do you make out of this? Joe Biden couldn't have been excited about his boss.
I mean, it's easy to overstate because it's 2013 and the race is in 2016. Now, that said, any one of the Democrats who want to run for president in 2016, and I'd put Joe Biden in that category, Hillary Clinton may want to run, you would want to have exactly what Hillary Clinton got on 60 Minutes, a full-throated endorsement of her sort of being a team player, of her leadership abroad, and of her sort of importance in the Obama presidency. Does she eventually run for president? She might. Does the fact that President Obama gave her a very sort of, a very kind sending off as she leaves as Secretary of State matter? It might convince some Obama people who were skeptical about her. But, at the end of the day, Hillary Clinton is still Hillary Clinton and will run, if she runs for president, very much on kind of her own record. She needs less than almost anybody else in this field the endorsement, such as it is, of Barack Obama.
It ran 23 minutes on 60 Minutes. Yeah, very
long
a two-parter. For those who didn't catch it, anything there? Should they watch it or just a lot of hugs and kisses?
I think the main point of why I think they wanted to do this together the first time they'd ever done is Hillary Clinton is leaving as Secretary of State. I think Barack Obama wanted to sort of publicly thank her. He thanked her for her service, but really what this was about is thank you for being the person you were in number one, accepting my offer to be Secretary of State, not staying in the Senate, and then being an advocate for me, and your husband being an advocate for me too. Just imagine the trouble Hillary Clinton could have caused this presidency. Let's say she doesn't take Secretary of State. Let's say she stays in the Senate. Now she's kind of the president of the people who didn't want Barack Obama to be president. She could sort of constantly be taking jabs at him and creating her own sort of shadow presidency. She didn't do any of those things. She sort of immediately subsumed her desire to be president, which she ran for president. She wanted to be president. Behind this administration, kind of got behind him in a full way. I think the interview was much more about symbolically saying thank you for that than any sort of news that was made during those 23 minutes.
All right. Chris, thanks a lot.
Thank you.